Today, we'll be talking about how MASV can help you collaborate and automate your media delivery tasks. Hope you enjoy it and learn something new today. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Majed. It's like magic with a D. I'm the CTO at MASV, and you will learn what MASV does throughout this session. I have been in the software industry for over 15 years, most of which spent on networking protocols and applications, with a special interest in delivery of large files. Been working with MASV since inception, building the core transfer technology and global infrastructure and shaping our strong pillars: simplicity, security, reliability, speed, and affordability. Oh, and I'm a small-time video editor for my wife's YouTube channel, so I hope that counts. All right, so here's a quick run of our agenda today. It sounds massive for a 30-minute session, but I promise you it's going to be simple and fun. We'll go over the challenges of file transfers from the lens of a remote production environment. And then we'll go over the need of automation and the why. Why do we need automations? We'll see what the common solutions are, the pros and cons. And then I'll show you how you can easily build an end-to-end automated solution using MASV to simplify and accelerate your media delivery workflow, and quickly present some use cases with some of our customers. And then we'll expand our knowledge and discover common pitfalls and challenges and see how we can overcome these pains. Oh, and please feel free to drop in any questions you might have throughout the session using the Q&A feature on Zoom. And my teammates will jump in while I'm presenting. We'll also set aside 5 to 10 minutes for Q&A at the end of the session. So I'll start with a very simple question. Has any one of you needed to deliver video files on a tight deadline? Or maybe a more realistic question would be, who hasn't? In this day and age, this pattern is common across all industries. However, it becomes really challenging when these files are huge, which happens to be the case with media files, because after all, we all love those 4K TVs. So typically, a production workflow is collaborative, and sending files is only one side of the story. So let's break it down a little bit. We can be on the sending side of a file transfer, like sending dailies from a shoot, and our objective is to minimize mistakes and turnaround time. Or we can be on the receiving side of a file transfer. So we need to minimize waiting time by simplifying our ingest workflow and make it easy for our collaborators to submit footage, like dailies for editorial. And these days, backup and integration with other services is essential to any workflow. So we also want to back up these files into our media asset management system, like Iconic, for example. So what if we can solve all of these challenges elegantly while minimizing required interactions with automation? Here's a typical collaboration workflow demonstrating the flow of media assets. This magic automated delivery diamond in the middle is at the heart of our discussion today. So why do we need automation? See, waiting for files to be delivered can be detrimental to productivity. We don't want file delivery to be the work. So removing all of its frictions is key towards building a productive workflow. By eliminating mundane manual tasks, not only do we save time, but we also avoid common mistakes that hinder our project, like forgetting to copy a file to a hard drive that's already shipped, for example. On top of that, by letting the machines do the work, we remove frustrations from our work environment, and that is priceless. But how can we achieve that? If we look at the landscape of file transfer solutions, they generally fall into one of the following categories. It could be shipping hard drives or other storage media with FedEx, UPS, or even Uber Connect. Enterprise on-premise file transfer solutions, usually referred to as UDP transfer software like Aspire and Signiant. Good old FTP, free but slow and really hard to secure. And then there's the likes of Dropbox and Google Drive, which are considered file sync and sharing services. And finally, cloud-based file transfer services like WeTransfer and MASV. Yeah, that's us. Although we consider ourselves more of a transfer platform, not just a service, and we'll see why in a moment. These days, choosing a file transfer service seems to be a game of compromise. So we identified 5 key attributes to help you inform your decision: security, speed, simplicity, reliability, and affordability. If we compare these services from the perspective of remote production and work from home environments, we can clearly see the compromises that have to be made in order to deploy them at any scale. Adding automation to the mix even further delineates these differences, where it can be either impossible to implement or extremely expensive and time-consuming. And this is where we believe we stand today in comparison. At MASV, we built the platform from the ground up with all these different objectives in mind. And on top of that, we made simplicity a key objective of ours. Well, one more important thing to note, though, is that you should never, ever compromise on security and reliability. We like to think of MASV as a platform. You see, file transfer is only a small part of the story. It is what you intend to do with these files that matters. We think beyond speed, reliability, and security. We think about workflows and integrations. Our platform is highly scalable, and it can be customized to suit many, many workflows. And in this session, we're only touching on a tiny bit of what MASV can do. All right, I know it's been a lot of talk about MASV, so just before we roll our sleeve for our solution, let's clarify one important concept, something we call MASV Portals. So at the heart of any automation with MASV, we have this concept called portals. Think of a portal as a customizable web page with its own unique web address that can be shared with anyone. And they can deliver files into that portal without the need of an app or even an account. A common use case for MASV Portals is receiving files for someone else, where all they have to do is open a page in their browser, drag their files, type their emails, and watch the files go. And lastly, as a MASV user, you can create as many portals as you want, each with its own unique name, address, and custom branding. Actually, if you're participating in the Stories from Beyond Your Office Film Festival made by the organizers of this conference, you'll notice that they're accepting video submissions using a MASV portal. Okay, so let's see how easy it is to create a MASV portal. I'll play a quick video of me creating a portal with custom branding and colors and get a quick sense of what that looks like. Okay, so I'm logged into my MASV account. I'll go to the portal section and then I'll hit start. I'll start by typing a portal name and choose a domain and hit next. Then I'll choose a logo for my portal. And I'll choose a background image. And of course, I'll change the colors a little bit and hit next. And I'm gonna skip this part and create. When it's ready, I'll open the portal link. And voila, my portal is ready. Now anyone can simply drag their files, type their email address, hit send, and I will receive an email notification once their upload is complete. It's as simple as that. So here's the portal we just created. It's a very simple web page, as I said, where anyone can submit footage in the form of files or folders. We call submissions packages in the MASV lingo. Whenever a package is delivered to this portal, I will receive an email notification with a link to download the package. From now on, if I want to invite any collaborator to submit footage, I just simply send them the link to this portal and they're all set. And no matter where they are on the planet, their uploads are going to be really fast. So how can MASV Portals help you automate things? By installing our free MASV app on both ends, we unlock the full potential of automations with portals. Oh, and the app is available on Mac, Windows, and Linux. So on the sending side, you simply create a send to portal automation to trigger automatic uploads once files are added to a specific folder in your computer. In this case, for example, a DIT can move dailies from memory cards onto that watch folder and the job is done. On the receiving side, you simply assign a portal download automation to pull any delivered files straight onto your local machine. In this case, for example, an editor will find these dailies ready on their computer just moments after the DIT copied them on the remote site. Moreover, MASV can auto-deliver media to other cloud-based services with Cloud Connect. In this case, for example, a copy of these dailies will automatically get delivered to Frame.io for the entire editing team to access. And another copy can be sent to Iconic or other media asset management systems. Oh, and just to note, your media is protected with encryption, both in its way in and out of MASV and inside MASV storage locations globally. And our acceleration technology fully utilizes your bandwidth, but you can control how much bandwidth you want to allocate for it. Oh, and by the way, you can try everything we're going to do today for free with up to 150 gigabytes of data. Just go to masv.io/RPC, and Alyssa or my teammates can post that link on chat as well. All right, so let's take all these tools now and design the solution we talked about earlier. So this is where what we started with at the beginning of the session. If we zoom in a little bit, then this is everything we're going to need to build this solution. We've already seen how easy it is to create a MASV portal, so that part is done. Now, all we have to do is install the MASV app on both the DIT/sending side and the editor/receiving side. Then we'll configure some automations. And finally, we'll configure our portal to automatically deliver a copy of all files to Frame.io using MASV Cloud Connect. Oh, and a side note, with this type of integration, you don't have to pay for multiple Frame.io accounts to submit footage. So that's some extra cost savings. All right, let's start with automating the receiving side by creating a portal download automation so that whenever files are uploaded to that portal we created earlier, they automatically get downloaded to my computer without my intervention. And I promise you, it's going to take less than 30 seconds to create one. So let's see it in action. Here I have the MASV app running in my computer, and I'm already signed to my account. I'll open the automation section. Then I'll choose Receive Automation. In the form, I'll give the automation a name, then choose the portal we created earlier from the list. Leave everything else untouched, hit create, and that's it, we're done. From now on, whenever someone submits footage to my portal, it will be downloaded automatically to my computer, as we can see here. Oh, and the app can be hidden in the background, so it's out of the way. All right, so what have we done so far? Going back to our solution design, we've just completed this step. We automated the receiving end on the editor's side. Remember, if we have multiple editors in different locations, say in different offices or we're working remotely from home, then we just repeat this step on each editor's computer so that each one of them will receive a copy of the files automatically. All right, next up, we'll automate the sending side by creating a watch folder automation on the DIT's computer on set, so that whenever they copy media into that watch folder, it automatically gets delivered to that portal that we created earlier. Right, so I'll go to the automation sections. I don't have to sign in for an account. And this time I'll choose Send to Portal. I'll give it a name, specify the portal, and then I'll select a folder on my computer to watch. I'll continue to the next step. I'll type in email address for the deliveries, hit create, and I'm done. Now, if I want to send footage to the portal, I simply drag files to that watch folder I just chose on my computer, like so. And MASV app will send these files automatically, like we'll see here in a moment. Again, the app can be hidden away, and I can see the status of each delivery on Finder or my file browser, as you can see here on the left side. All right, so let's go back to our solution design again and see where we're at. And this is the step we just completed. We automated the sending side on set by means of simple file copy paste. Same as before, if we have multiple collaborators on set or in different locations, we can simply repeat this step for each one of them so they can automate delivery. Okay, time for the last step in our automation journey, automated delivery to Frame.io. The goal here is to get a copy of the footage delivered into Frame.io as well for review and approve without having to upload it twice. I'll start by signing into my MASV account. Then I'll go to the Cloud Connect section. I'll choose Frame.io from the list, give the connection a name, and paste my Frame.io developer token. Then I'll choose which account and team and project I want the files to be delivered into. And I'll hit connect. Now, I'll go to the portal I created before. I'll hit edit. Go to Cloud Connect tab, then enable delivery to Frame.io. Save, and that's it. From now on, so if someone sends footage to my portal, they will automatically show up in Frame.io project that I selected earlier, as we can see here. All files you see here were delivered by MASV automatically using that cloud connection we created. All right, one last look at our solution design, and that's it. We completed the last step to connect our portal and automate delivery to Frame.io. Same as before, if you want to deliver the files to multiple destinations or services, simply repeat the steps by adding multiple cloud connections to your account, and connecting them to your portal. And we're done. So let's quickly recap what we have built today. By now, we automated the delivery of files from any number of DITs to any number of editors with automated delivery to Frame.io. The entire workflow can be kickstarted with a simple copy-paste operation and zero interactions with MASV. Well, besides paying your invoices. So just to reiterate, these are the steps we followed. We created a MASV portal as a central hub for automations. Then we created a receive automation using MASV app on the editor's computer to automatically download footage submitted to the portal. And then we created a send automation using MASV app on the DIT's workstation to automate file delivery into the portal from a watch folder. And finally, we connected the portal to Frame.io using MASV Cloud Connect to automatically deliver a copy of all footage into our Frame.io project. Oh, and if you factor in the time needed to sign up for a free trial and install the app on 2 computers, then you can do all of this today in less than 10 minutes. So what else can we automate with MASV? MASV integrates with many services like cloud storage and media asset management solutions. Because we're a cloud-based service, our integration portfolio keeps growing and we keep adding more and more integrations every month. Actually, this month, we'll have both SharePoint and Reach Engine integrations coming out. And you can build a very powerful ingest workflow using this simple tool tools that MASV provide with minimal intervention from IT. And even more, because we have an open API, we allow you to unlock much more powerful integrations with your local workstations, network-attached storage, or even your own servers in a private or hybrid cloud by using MASV Transfer Agent. Think of the Transfer Agent as an alternative version of our free app, but without the user interface. So it can be programmed for even more automations. And it's available on Docker too for turnkey deployments. All right, so let's look at some of the real-life examples where MASV automations is deployed at a large scale. Starting with Shadow Magic Studios. They're a media management and workflow service provider for independent productions. They needed a reliable and fast file transfer solution to pair with what they call the Magic Box Rig. So the Magic Box Rig is a portable DIT station for uploading on-set footage to remote parties. And it has all the bells and whistles needed to store and deliver large files. MASV's automation allowed Shadow Magic to develop a virtually hands-free workflow. And this is how it works. So when a client records footage in the field, they transfer the footage from memory cards to the Magic Box Rig via Hedge software. And once the content touches the Magic Box Rig, the files begin uploading to a MASV portal using watch folder automation like the one we just see how to set up. And these files are uploaded to MASV, and then with automated downloads, they will get delivered to any intended recipients, which includes also cloud archives or vaults, and secure machines that Shadow Magic Dailies operators can work with remotely. Another example of a large-scale deployment of MASV automations is a national broadcaster in one of the Nordics countries. So this large national broadcaster uses MASV Portals and MASV app to ingest content nationwide on deadline. With MASV, they ingest content from news shooters on the road or backyard photos. They actually have the MASV app running on their production trucks. So their operators can automatically upload footage using send automation that we just learned about today. And with Cloud Connect, they automated content delivery to Microsoft Azure Cloud Storage for archival. And even more, with MASV API, they built more customized workflow and a reporting dashboard for content management. Oh, and they also have thousands of users submitting content every day without having to set up accounts for them, thanks to MASV Portals. And there are even more success stories from a wide variety of our customers. Again, large-scale deployments done with very few clicks, time and cost savings, and most importantly, simplicity throughout the whole process. Which brings me to one of my favorite quotes of all time. This is Ian Sansevera. He is the director of post-production for Team Liquid, a well-known esports organization. Ian is also well-known for his Learn How to Edit Stuff channel on YouTube. So in an interview, Ian said that what he enjoys the most about MASV is how simple it is. and he believes that even his own mom can use it. And with that, let me wrap up this section and talk next about common challenges and pitfalls when it comes to transferring massive media files and best practices to overcome them. Starting with connectivity issues. Our top recommendation for most of our customers is to avoid using Wi-Fi. No, it's very convenient, but Wi-Fi can be very slow, and it's subject to many issues like interference or bandwidth limitations on shared networks. So we highly recommend using a wired connection whenever possible. Still, even with bad connectivity, we recommend using the free MASV app instead of the browser to guarantee the safe delivery of your files. Secondly, when buying or upgrading your internet plan, take a closer look at the upload speed. This is especially important if you're working from home, as lots of residential internet providers offer great download speeds, but really slow uploads. In my neighborhood, for example, 2 providers offer 1 gigabit internet at fairly similar prices, but one offers only 30 megabits per second upload speed, while the other one is at 1 gigabit upload speed. That's more than 30 times faster. That's the difference between being able to send a 4K raw video in 1 hour instead of 30 hours. But sometimes your options are limited. So with the upcoming MASV app multi-connect feature, you can bundle together multiple internet connections from 4G or 5G networks to get even greater speeds without the need of extra hardware. For example, you can tether multiple cell phones on your computer and get an aggregated speed for faster deliveries. This feature is available in public beta, so go ahead and give it a try at masv.io/multiconnect. Next one up is about being fair to everyone else on your network, especially if you're in a shared environment like an office or working from home. Sending or receiving large files can deprive everyone else from that sweet, sweet internet juice. With MASV app, you can easily control how much bandwidth you want to allocate for uploads and downloads. And you can also set a schedule to maximize bandwidth utilization overnight, for example. All right, next up, let's talk about backup. As you all know, lots of that content you create can be priceless. So one common strategy to back up your data is the 3-2-1 backup, which means having at least 3 copies of your data, 2 of which are local, but on different mediums or devices, and at least 1 copy offsite. With MASV Cloud Connect, you can easily adopt this strategy with automated delivery to your favorite cloud storage provider for offsite backup. All right, let's talk about storage devices. See, your upload and download speed is not just limited by your internet connection, but also your storage device's read and write speed. External hard drives and SSDs are typically fast, but plugging them into a USB or a Thunderbolt hub can significantly reduce their speeds. So avoid that if possible, and plug them in directly to a free port on your computer. All right, next up, let's talk about those files and folders. You'd be tempted to zip your files and folders before sending them to someone else. Well, not to save space, because it doesn't really make any difference for video files, but rather for convenience. Sending 1 file seems easier than sending many. But then you realize that your recipient cannot open that zip file because they're using Windows and you are on a Mac. And this is especially true if any of the files are larger than 4 gigabytes. So avoid zips at any cost. With MASV, we'll take care of that for you and create the right zip file for the recipient's platform. And better yet, if your recipient uses our free app, then they don't have to deal with zip files at all, which saves them both the time and space needed to extract those zip files. Continuing with files, when it comes to using any dedicated file transfer solution, treat your deliveries like physical packages that cannot be changed once they're dispatched. Actually, MASV will terminate your active transfer if any tampering is detected while files are being transferred in order to preserve file integrity. And with that, we'll wrap up this section. And just before I answer any questions you might have, let me share this following statement. At MASV, we firmly believe that removing hurdles and complexities of file transfer is key to your success as a video professional. And we have set that in stone from day one in our mission statement. to unshackle video professionals from the mundane so they have more time to focus on the work and the people they love.